He's coming straight out here, Aiden. Daddy, I can move to the other side so you can come through here with a four-wheeler if you want me to.
What?
I can move to this side so you can come through here with a four-wheeler if you want to. We'll see who all's live this morning. It's back to that math pamphlet tomorrow. It's back to doing math tomorrow. I'll try to call the school in the morning. Get away from the fire, please.
Why can't I warm up?
Then turn around and stand with your back to it, and the live stream's going. So that's why. Don't block it. I suggest you don't tell me what to do. I just asked him. I got this. There comes Chip Chip. Hey, baby. Hey, Chippers. Good morning, everybody. Who else in here? I finally got the chat up where I can see it. Good morning, GN. Put that up. Good morning, good morning. Who else is in here besides GN? You think? Hey, baby. Hey, baby. All right, you better go with Grandpa if you're going. Why?
He said,
Put it in there.
but Mom, you wanted this small pine
Put it
cone.
in there.
I'm checking the pine cones.
Did you? You had a lot of rain? Wow. Are we talking about heavy rain, GN, or are we talking about just a steady rain or what? Come on, Aiden, I need wood more than I need the pine cones on there. All right, take the thing and go get some more wood, please. Nope, 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 nope. See? Go. No. Aiden!
Why can't I enjoy the
Get the
fire?
trash can and go pick up some wood because you're gonna pick up wood. Heavy and steady. So that's like the soaking type rain. Did it do it just for no? Aiden, how many times do I have to tell you to go pick up wood?
There's a lot of wood over here.
There's a lot of wood out there too. Get the trash can and take off. I don't know. Heavy and steady has a tendency to run off. If you get too much of it, it just quits working after a while. It don't gather up like it's supposed to. It don't sink. It don't soak in like it's supposed to. So you basically just have a situation where it just runs down. Don't bring them little bitty sticks over here. Get the trash can and go pick up limbs.
You don't want me over.
I want you to pick up me some limbs so we can have a fire. No, I want all those are too big for the thing besides that little pile right there. Go get me some small limbs. It was beautiful though. It has a tendency, I mean, rain, I love the rain. I don't mind a storm. I don't mind the rain. I don't mind cooler weather because there's Mama looked at the thermostat. She looked at the um the weather outlook, and she said that we're fixing to be in like the 30s. There was one day coming up that it's fixing to drop down to 30. So it's definitely, and I told her because of how cool August was that I had a feeling we were going to have an early winter. I don't know if our leaves are going to change and get to change before it gets cold or not. So what you doing this morning, Miss Jen? We've got 4 people in here. I can't believe you let me call you Jen all this time, and now it's stuck. It's kind of like Nina. It's going to be stuck. Even though I know that I can't make it, I know I'm mispronouncing it, I'm still going to say it that way. One of these days. By the end of winter, we ought not to have a single dead limb anywhere. Can you break it in half? That works. 2 pieces can go in there. The big piece and the small piece.
Let's put this one in first.
Now put the other one. Now get the other one and put it right there in that hole. Now, when you get through getting me a true trash can full of limbs, I'll let you have the remote control. But you cannot aggravate your brother. But you got to fill that trash can up.
Where'd my milk ball go?
You're who?
Put a milk ball on the table.
Who?
You know that ball I made?
Oh, I threw it down and broke it because it don't belong on my table. Now, when you fill that trash can up, you'll be relieved. But you got to fill it up like you're supposed to. Aiden? No. So, sorry about that, guys, this morning. But I'm having a cup of coffee, too, to the fire. Dad just took the dogs out. And it's a crisp morning this morning. It was 56 degrees this morning. It was 2 degrees cooler than usual, than it usually is at this time of the day. And my dad told me the coldest part of the day is right after it starts getting daylight, right after the sun comes up. That's the coldest part of your day right there. I would think it would be that it would start warming up, but nope, that's the coldest. I'm going to get the stuff and we're going to do s'mores and stuff at least next week sometime. Well, next Sunday, I think is when we're going to do them. Spend some time with the kids out here, just me and them. We're going to get some Andes mints and some, a little bit of chocolate. We're going to do s'mores. We're going to do hot dogs and chips. We might just do hot dogs and chips. I wanted to do, it's 55 there. Wow. I believe everybody who likes a fire should have a fire pit. That's my opinion. So it's pretty nippy in your neck of the woods too. The only thing about these dead limbs is they burn so quick. But I just thought I'd go live this morning to see what you guys were up to. And oh yeah, I'm gonna wait till some people come in there or in here. Let me see if I can look up that WHO website this morning. Talk to y'all a little bit about um, I'm going to look it up real quick and see what I can find about it. The Global Pandemic Treaty. You're completely blocking the whole walkway. You do realize that, right?
Mhm.
Or the driveway. That little stick right there can go in the fire. That one. Okay, so.
I brought 2 trees over here.
Okay. All right, so. All right, let's read it and see. I don't want no fact check, nothing. I want the truth. Fact check, public health. New treaty set to United Nations against torture. All right, here we go. This is from the World Economic Forum's website directly. It says 23 countries and the WHO plan to create an international treaty to make the world more resilient against future health emergencies such as COVID-19. The treaty's goal is to improve universal and equitable access to vaccines, medicines, and diagnosis. It is also designed to create a sense of shared responsibility, transparency, and cooperation on a global scale. It says the leaders of 23 countries and the World Health Organization backed an idea to create an international treaty that would help the world deal with future health emergencies like the coronavirus pandemic, now ravaging the globe. Whatever. The idea of such a treaty, which would ensure universal and equitable access to vaccines, medicines, and diagnostics for pandemics, was floated by the chairman of the European Union leaders. You want to see just how dumb you can make me look on live stream, don't you?
They can't see.
I don't care. Stop doing that. Okay, let's see. The 5 priorities for climate action and social equity will aid the global. In other words, let's see. Here's the countries right here. The treaty got the formal backing of the leaders of Fiji, Portugal, Romania, Britain, Rwanda, Kenya, France, Germany, Greece, Korea, Chile, Costa Rica, Albania, South Africa, Trinidad and Tobago, the Netherlands, Tunisia, Senegal, Spain, Norway, Serbia, Indonesia, and Ukraine, and of course the World Health Organization. So basically, they want to have control over what we can do. You must not want to watch TV too bad.
I brought 2 trees.
No, I want
here.
the trash can full. I want you to stop playing in the fire, and I want you to go get the trash can full. And I do believe I said that, right? So basically, they're going to decide who can be vaxxed, who can't. They're going to decide who can be vaxxed, who can't. It's going to be mandatory. If they design lockdowns or they implement lockdowns, every country that is aligning with them is going to have to do the lockdown procedures. They're not going to be able to fight it. If they determine that there is a pandemic, they're going to have to, whether they agree with them or not, the people in these countries are going to have to follow through with whatever the WHO decides. And the problem with this is that Joe Biden will definitely sign up to it. He's going to do it. He's going to mess everything up. Cryptomira, good morning. That's your choice. The first time you ain't going to sit like that. You're going to have to go to the other side. No, you're going to have to go to the other side of the table.
By the fire.
Then sit on the other side of the table, right over there.
I want to be right.
You are not going to sit right on top of this fire. Chris, you were too close to the fire.
No, I'm not.
Aiden, you obviously... Okay, I'm not going to ask again.
No, I'm
You
not.
ready to have the remote? Okay. What it all comes down to is that when COVID started in the fall of 2020 or in the spring of 2020, and I've said this a zillion times, the World Health Organization and China showed what? Yeah, and he'll get his own, but you ain't even done one yet, so he can. No, you haven't. You have not filled up that trash can yet. You had a bundle of sticks as big as my hand. That's it. You fill the trash can up, and when you do, he can get his own load. Well, I mean, no, yes and no, but the whole time that they never met with the truckers. It didn't do anything to stop it. Well, it may have slowed it, but it really ain't gonna do nothing to stop it. They want to control what we do. They want to be able to decide. Nope.
That's all I was doing.
They want to be able to decide what we do, and they don't want us to have a choice. They want it to be forced. They want because after all, if they don't get everybody vaxxed, they don't make the money. The whole thing with the vax is not about your health. It's about them making money. The truckers in Canada brought it to light, but Trudeau didn't one time meet with them truckers to meet any demands. He didn't care what the people wanted. None of them between America and Canada, our people that work in our government don't care what the people want. What they care about is what they want. Aiden, dead limbs, not trees. That's not dead. It's still in the ground. Leave it alone. Now go get dead limbs laying on the ground already. Yeah, well, he's a dictator, and so is Joe Biden and a lot of other ones. The globalists run the country anyway. Long hair miss, good morning, good morning. It is. It's all about money, and pharmaceuticals is about the money too. And now that it's becoming more widely spread, what the CDC and the CBC are up to, or CDC and the ADA, AMA, American Medical Association, and the Center for Disease Control, because that's the only reason they want to push it, is so that they can solely profit for it. They already profit from just about every product we have anyway. Everything made goes in their pocket. Good morning, good morning. We got 15 in chat. We must have a lot of trolls in here this morning. Where's Carol when you need her? Carol, or third one. Let me see. Jen, nope, you don't have a wrench. Neither one of you ladies have a wrench. I'm showing 16. Okay, cool beans. So how do you so what are we gonna do when they implement a universal lockdown for everything? And it will affect us whether our country has anything to do with it or not, because they won't be bringing nothing in. Nobody's going to be flying. Nobody's going to be moving. They want to lock us down. They want everybody to sit on their derriere and not do nothing. They want us lazy and dependent on them. They do not want us to stand on our own. They don't want us to have free thought of our own. What they want us to do is just comply blindly. Good morning, Kathy, and a lot of us will. The same people who didn't show up on the lawn are going to be the ones lining up when it starts affecting them being able to feed their kids. And that's the biggest problem right there. My dad can, he's a hunter and a fisher, and he can do all kinds of stuff. So the likelihood of us going hungry unless they put, and eventually animals will be extinct because everybody will be competing to eat. But I'd rather have a deer out in nature or a rabbit out in nature or whatever it is instead of Bill Gates's processed meat that's being genetically grown in a petri dish. Will they be declaring this a national emergency? Of course they are, because then the WHO's going to be in control of everything. The WHO's going to have control. It ain't going to matter to them what happens and what don't. They're not worried about the people. They just want everybody to be forced vaccinated so they can make bukus of money. And then there's going to be a booster after that, and another booster after that, and another booster after that. And after the COVID emergency, the first time, we all know that the vaccine did not stop you from getting COVID. As a matter of fact, it made your chances of getting COVID a lot daggum higher. And instead of telling the truth, they censored it so that people only heard what they wanted them to hear. And it was just crazy. I am a prepper for 20 years, and I have food and water and generations ready to go. Turn your back away from the government. I didn't either, but you know what? When they force vaccinate you and then they won't let you eat or buy or sell or they won't let you buy food or nothing unless you have that passport, that's when a lot of people's going to cave, especially parents, people with kids, because they're not going to want to see their kids going hungry. And that's what it's all going to boil down to. I got to change this. This isn't working. What's going on? Oh, that's what's going on. Christopher, I'm going to give you the remote control. You're allowed to watch cartoons.
Okay.
And you're allowed to watch a movie. You cannot watch games. You cannot watch Five Nights at Freddy. And then later, you're going to, what did I do? Look and see if the remote's on the table. Later, you're going to have to, pick up a thing to fix for me.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
We're going to have a better day and a better attitude this morning.
Please not have
No,
one
you don't
cup.
pick up my cups for no reason. I said no.
All right, can I have a sip?
No. That's better. Put it over here, right here. Bring me the whole trash can. Thanks. Now, your brother's going to turn some cartoons on, and he's turning decent ones on, so go watch it.
I didn't want to watch cartoons.
Well, Tough Noogies. What do you want to do?
Play with my dirt.
What? Well, then give the remote to your brother if he wants it. Okay, well, you're not playing in the dirt this morning.
The remote's on the bed.
Okay, well, go in there and read so I can keep. I've got the live stream going. I'm not dealing with all this yelling and stuff this morning.
I'm not going to be yelling. I just need to finish the rest of this. Okay.
I did just for a week or two, maybe long hair. We've already got all that done. And just like, wait, I have eggs freeze dried and meals freeze dried, et cetera, et cetera. Wow, I never thought you could do that. Stop. I said stop. Now, either you're going to sit here and listen or you're going to move.
Why, dude?
Because this is dangerous and you're not going to sit here and play in it. Now, move your chair back.
I'm not.
Because you're too close to the fire.
I'm not playing.
Keep on back. Yeah, you are. When you pick up sticks that's in a burn barrel, you're playing.
No, I'm not.
So, I mean, yeah. Good morning, Uno. How you doing this morning? But, all right. Take your remote. Go find something to watch.
You just got the remote.
Then go find then the two because I don't want you playing in this fire.
I'm not playing with it. I threw a stick in it. There's a ditch.
And see, people's been telling people for years that they better get ready, they better stock up, they better do this, they better do that, because it's, those days are coming. And what have you done? See, single mom like myself, we ain't ready. If I was still by myself and still being a single mom like I was before I met Deuce, we wouldn't be ready. You don't have the money to go out and buy all that stuff and can all that stuff and buy all the materials to get all that stuff. Now, my stepmom has done a bang up job of getting it together. She's got jarred this, jarred that, and she does jars because she can vacuum seal them. But not everybody can do that. I couldn't have. And you've got single families that's already hurting. No, you can stop eating and wait till breakfast. Both of y'all had a cup of yogurt, leave it at that. So, um, that's just like heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds cost hundreds of dollars. Good morning, Miss Colette. I hope I have a better morning this morning than I had yesterday morning, that's for sure. Um, we got this fire going this morning because it's been cool. And I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee, trying to have one in peace. Tomorrow morning will be a better morning. Well, most of it anyway. One of the kids will be back at school. I got to call the school tomorrow to find out what's going on with Aiden. I figured I'd get a call Friday, but I didn't. So we've got we got all my people in here this morning. I don't know where Carol and Third are. They must be getting ready for church or something. But we got 14 in here. We had 16. You guys like and share the stream for me. Last 3 days we ain't seen a single deer. And see, that's another thing. Daddy says something about them changing the hunting regulations. They're going to make it illegal for you to hunt deer. They're going to make it illegal for you to catch fish. And it wouldn't surprise me if the government went as far as to poison the water so that we would have no good water. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, he did. He's sitting out of school for up to 10 days. We're waiting on the investigation, so I'm waiting on a call. Long Hair says, I raise chickens, quails, and ducks for eggs, so I have a lot of freeze-dried eggs. In my pantry and canned tomatoes, etc., etc. Yep, I never knew that you could freeze dry eggs. That's an interesting concept. But the hunting regulations are fixing to knock down or knuckle down on the hunting. So if they go after the firearms, good morning, Charlene. If they go after the firearms, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to go after the ability to feed yourself. Because well, and we thought about it too, and it's like I told my dad, I was like, but the bad thing is this road we live out here on is so bad, we would literally have to lock them up. But free range chickens, we got a dog that'll kill them, so going to feed my birds. Well, go feed your birds. I hear little jingle bells, so the dogs are on their way back in. Last couple mornings, I couldn't have made it without this campfire. Or the fire pit. It has felt good. It's warm. It's just on that. It's just in that stage where if it dipped any colder than 50 degrees, I think it would shock your system. But it's like it was 56 this morning, just cool enough to stay warm by something. But you don't want to turn a heater on in the house because in 2.5 hours it's going to be warm enough that you don't need it. Exactly. It's going to be hard to find meat. And what's even worse is um, the stuff they're selling in the grocery stores now really ain't meat. And I do too. And I love the way it smells on your clothes when you go back inside. I absolutely love that smell that gets in your clothes from a fire. They YouTube calls it campfire cologne. Mitzi, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mitzi? What are you doing, Mitzi Moo Moo? Mitzi Moo Moo, what are you doing? She says, give me love. She's like, give me love this morning, Chris. That daggum dog is more spoiled than most people. Say, how dare you say I smell like a wet dog? You're not going to sit out here now. I done told you, go find something to do. Go find something to watch that's clean on TV. What's up? Where's the dog? Where's Chip? Chipper! Chip, Chip! I see his tail. That's all I see. Yeah, they're not. And then that's what's going to push it right there. Is they're going to be stuck on deaf, dumb, and stupid when all this happens. And the World Health Organization is trying to implement this, y'all, literally in May of 2024. Jan says, I bought fresh organic chicken at the Amish place, $10 for 5 tenders. Best tasting meat I've ever had. Yep. But you know, when it all comes down to it, your patriots, your butchers, your private people that have farms and stuff like that, if you guys are not already getting your meats in private domestic places, stay out of the grocery stores, especially Walmart and Sam's and Amazon and all of these people. They're all complacent in this. The people who run them organizations are up to this in their eyeballs. In California, they are already selling man-made meat. That's right. It takes funds to stock up and prep. And 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 it is expensive. Like my mom, I think she had most of her stuff already stockpiled. So, and see, that's what we need. That's what. But see, then when you get to where you can't feed them, then what? Or if the stuff that the additives and stuff that they're putting in the food is going to keep them from growing like they're supposed to, or producing things that they're supposed to. And I don't know if anybody's heard this, but I want to see if somebody in this chat knows a little bit about it. But there's a bill that is in the Senate and the House of Representatives right now, and it's got something to do with mother's milk, like breastfeeding kids, that type of milk. I don't know what they're going to try to do to regulate it, but whatever they're trying to do, I don't know if they're trying to make it to where they can like take it from other people so they can pump it into men's breasts so they can act like they are breastfeeding a baby. I don't know what they're trying to do. But anything that they do to try to get a man to where it can feed a child is going to be synthetic and fake. So let's see. Charlene, okay, there we go. In other words, you kill them, okay? China owns more farmland in the United States than Americans do. And if you guys will really pay attention to all that stuff going on in Hawaii with Maui, do you know that Oprah Winfrey has been trying to get that land for years and they kept stopping her? And now they have got that wildfire that has destroyed everything, and they are involuntarily making these people give up their homes. Either the home was destroyed in the fire or insurance is refusing to pay for the damages to the fire or whatever it is, there has been no government assistance other than $700 a month. And Oprah Winfrey has been trying to get all of that land up there. And that's why when she goes on YouTube and she's talking about for all the citizens of America to send money to help Hawaii, why don't you go out of your big bank pockets you got and you do it instead of asking the poor for money? The government should be helping them. But then again, in my opinion, the government started the fires because they wanted to get that land. They wanted the people out of there. Um, and they couldn't do what they wanted to do. Oprah couldn't have bought the land if it wouldn't have been destroyed. Most people don't even have houses left over there, let alone worrying about trying to rebuild. And see, that's another way that they're going to control us too, is all the farmland that is here, they're going to destroy it. Jan says, I'm holding on to mine. Hold on. Well, see, if there's an emergency, if there's like a global emergency or a national emergency, they can come in and just take your land. They ain't got to ask your permission or nothing. They're just going to take it. And Jan, as soon as your message moves up a little bit, I'll be able to see it. Right now it's being blocked by the heart. And Carol said yesterday that if you push it, you can see, but I can't, especially on my mobile. Let me add some wood to the fire, y'all. The greatest thing my dad ever taught me was how to start a fire. That way I will never freeze. Yeah, there we go. They drove my property in 2015 and put me under audit in 2020. Eminent domain. Call it what you mean by that. You're always late, Nina. First, they take your animals. Audits are coming for everyone with any type of animal, right? If you raise chickens, pigs, pork, pigs and pork, beef, it don't matter what it is. They're fixing to take every availability of us feeding ourselves and snatch it away. And some of these people that don't have a clue what's going on around them, when it gets to a point to when they can't feed their kids, they're going to cave. And the powers that be that know it, they know that's how it's going to happen. And see, they've been trying to sterilize the animals for the last couple of years in the feed anyway. That's why hens quit laying. That's why chickens got sky high and eggs got ridiculous. Well, there was a time when the military would stand up for the people, but now, and that was their sole purpose. They were for the people, to defend the people, and to defend the nation. But they don't do that no more. Well, I know is this country needs to bring Jesus Christ back into their lives and the nation of America all in God's hands. You're right about that. Be careful with your taxes. What do you mean, Jen? Make sure you pay them so you don't give them the reason to. But see, when it's all said and done, they're going to take it anyway. If they declare a national emergency, you're going to lose your land anyway. That's what they did in 1948 when everybody had to leave Israel. They marched in that city. The Zionists marched in that city. They gave the people a chance to leave out alive and leave all of their crap behind, or they gave them a chance to die. Either way, they had a choice. They walked in and said, "We're going to take everything. We're taking your house, everything in it." What? If you don't get on board and if you don't get your stuff and get it out, we'll kill you. And that's why I don't support the nation of Israel. I'm gonna set you guys up right there. Y'all aren't gonna be able to see the fire, but y'all gonna have to stay away from the fire this morning. If you go down, go to the woods and back for 3 or 4 months and see what your house after it's been looted. Yeah, because I mean, people don't understand that the government can come in and take your house anytime they want to. They'll figure out something. They'll find a hidden tax you haven't paid. They'll raise your taxes so high you can't do it. They'll do something. It's designed. The system is designed not for you to keep your house, but to lose it. That's what it's all coming down to. So it's not designed for you to keep your things. It's designed to make sure you lose your things. I'll try to put it back in the pedestal. See if y'all can have a better shot of something. Whatever you guys see is what y'all gonna have to see. Um, let y'all take a look at the flags this morning. All right, that way it'll get the heat off of it. There we go. Y'all can see the flags, but they're not blowing. So, yep, most definitely, people are gonna they're in for a rude awakening, and by the time that they realize what's going on, it's going to be too late. That's for sure. My mom has been stockpiling for many, many years now. She's probably, I wouldn't hesitate to say she's got enough food in there for her and dad at least for 2 or 3 years. But with me and the kids here, it makes it worse, of course, because it ain't gonna last as long as it would if it was just her and him. And my dad can hunt anywhere nearby it. He can hunt in any conditions too, might I add. So there you go. They don't want you to be able to take care of yourself. They want you to depend solely on them, which is messed up, but that's just the way it is. I'll be right back, y'all. To the bathroom. Mommy, you want to come out here and sit by the fire? No, I got. We'd most definitely have a quieter day. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, you're right. So anyway, so the World Health Organization is trying to get this together. They're trying to write the paperwork up on it by May of 2024. And I don't know when they're thinking about implementing it, but you know, The globalists, they don't care nothing about money, really. They got all that. They just want the power. That's the thing. They want to control everything. They can't get the people to do what they want them to do unless they push them. And the patriots will wind up being the ones that live in the woods. Let's see. Charlene says, I bought some absorbent packets. Okay, here we go. There we go. I bought some absorbed packets, 5-gallon HD buckets with a lid and mylar bags. Start with your rice, dry beans, self-rising flour, and oatmeal. I put that in there just to get the chat to move so I could read her post, y'all. So, and there are things, I mean, we ain't going to be able to eat the same. But if you stockpile on your stuff, you won't starve, put it that way. So, that's pretty much where we're sitting at. They're fixing. Jeanne says buy the white buckets and lids at Lowe's. She wants to know where to get them. That's a good. That would be a good container to store a big bag of sugar in too. Anything you got to keep dry and cold. I mean dry and covered, not cold but covered. That's why I said that the Patriots need to get together and have a place where they can all like filter in. Camp Freedom is going to be an excellent option for a lot of the Patriots, and because you're going to be stronger in numbers than you would be by yourself. And does anyone know if the new land is bought and not leased? Charlene says yes, you can buy the buckets at Lowe's, and yes, I have sugar and probably 30 cans of coffee in each. That's cool. That's cool. You better keep coffee, that's for sure. If you like coffee and you want to perk it yourself, if you want to make it yourself, that's the way to do it. Keep it, stockpile it. Anything dry. I had to back off from the fire. It was making the phone entirely too hot, so I had to move the phone so y'all can't see the fire this morning. I'll try to rig up something a little bit different with this fire pit. They said bought. Bought what? What do you mean they bought? I don't know. I would think if you kept it dry and you kept a lid on it, it might grow a little stale maybe, but I don't know about if it can go bad. I'm sure it can lose its flavor over time if it's like exposed to air and stuff like that. But if you put it in a sealed container, it should be all right. Charlene says, without my coffee, I would be Medusa. Anything compared to her in the morning, I wouldn't be a fun person without my coffee. Oh yeah, they bought it all. They bought it all. And that's what the whole destruction in Maui was about. It wasn't about the fact that that was a man-made thing. Them wildfires were set intentionally to burn them people out so that they had no choice but to let Oprah Winfrey have their land. Because now the land ain't worth nothing. You got all these people displaced, and all of them are out of their homes and stuff, and they done lost everything. 11 3-pound containers of coffee. Yeah, my mom stockpiled up on coffee. She stockpiled up on non-GMO veggies. anything canned that's non-GMO. She keeps it. She stays up on it too now. You better believe it. She stays up on it. She knows what's going on. She knows where the dangers are. She does her research. And yeah. Yellow, yellow swag man. We're fine. How are you? Okay. Welcome to the chat, yellow. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, it's time people wake up and don't really shouldn't be concerned about anybody being ready but yourself at this point because 90% of what's going on is falling on deaf ears. These people do not want to know what's going on. They want to live in a vacuum somewhere where they just are clueless. They would rather sit around and be stupid. And then or ignorant maybe is the best way to put it. And then when all hell breaks loose, they through. You just see a black screen. I don't. I have a picture. Can y'all hear me and see me? It'll go in and out sometimes, Jen. Phew. Let's see. Kathy, can you see? I have pods. Is anyone else besides GN have or hold on? Is anybody else except Kathy that can't see? Yeah, if you're running a little bit behind on the chat, I had the phone overheated. It was too close to the fire, so I had to put it in a completely different spot. So, all right, everybody can see. That's good. But as a parent, we don't want to be forced to make a decision on feeding our kids or complying with the government. And I think that's where they're going to get a lot of people at. Because if you don't take the vaccine, they're going to stop you from being able to buy food. So the Patriots are going to all have to group together and be somewhere where they can all help each other. And that's why I say, is the land, the new Patriot Camp Freedom, is it owned and not leased? Okay. All right, that's good. Everybody is where is Carol when you need her? Carol the third needs to come in here. But yeah, we let's see. Community channels about. Okay. I want to see. All right. All right. So, Yellow, I was just checking out you have 13, right? I was just checking out your YouTube page. I was taking a look at what you had posted. Um, my job as an owner is to make sure that everybody and everything's on the up and up. I got sticks falling out the daggum fire everywhere. So hold on a second. We fluctuate. We had 16 earlier, but we have so many problems with the camera this morning because of the heat. These little sticks. Whew. Oh man. So y'all can't see the fire, but I'm keeping it burning. Charlene says, you know, I'm working on that. You're working on what? What are you working on, Charlene? Chip, there ain't nothing I can do, baby. Grandpa not gonna let you out. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I hope so. And if I could ever get it together, I'd like to start a Patriot school right there on the property where we can get our kids out of public school, which would be the greatest thing you could ever do. Get them out of school, start teaching them about the stuff that they don't teach them. He's sitting there whining to come out. Get them out of school, get them out of them brainwashing so they're not brainwashed. The fog will clear eventually.
Oh, just warming my back.
Just remember, you're right in the camera view.
Oh, my butt.
Imagine. So we got to all work together to, and I think we'd be stronger in numbers personally. Um, when we get the land, Charlene, I'll be ready. I'll come up there and me and you'll coordinate it. We'll get a school started. Me and you've been talking a long time. Our destination's about the same as far as where we're gonna wind up. So it's time. It's time for us to do what we got to do to look after us and our own, and let the rest of these people just fend for themselves because they don't want to be educated. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to have to. They just they don't. They just don't want to be. They don't want to be told or know in their heart that the truth is the truth. Yeah, we're gonna be stronger in numbers. Yeah, we're gonna have to have somebody to always sit and watch and make sure. But then again, too, like some of us can start stockpiling cameras because we're gonna have cameras. Um, I wouldn't even hesitate to say night cameras that have night capability. Because if I was a criminal, I'd want to come in the guise of darkness where I can't be seen or detected as easy. I brought up homeschooling. I brought up homeschooling to my daughter-in-law, and she asked me if I was going to do it. That's the way I am about mine. But you know, it's time. It's time we do it. My kids, I can tell you with 100% certainty, they are being influenced by the government. I mean, any way you want to slice it, the things they're teaching them. Well, that's what we're going to need is cameras. We're going to have cameras out to watch the perimeter. They got to be night vision ready, where we can pick up stuff at night. There has to be somebody watching the cameras at all hours of the night. Maybe we need lasers that if somebody walks through there, it'll make it go off or something or whatever it takes. But yeah, because they're going to be after us, number one, and all the people that are hungry are going to be wanting to come then. So not only are we going to have to deal with children, but our families that didn't listen when you were trying to tell them. But most people, until it affects them at their front door, they're not going to do anything until you, as an individual, become uncomfortable. You're not going to change nothing. And if you're waiting on these politicians to come in and change it, that's where you're making your mistake. Because they don't. They're all in on it. 317 acres. That's a lot of land. Okay. My dad's got some of that too. So it sounds like Camp Freedom might be Charlene's property. She's got plenty of room. That's what it's about. I mean, if you got somebody that's got the land to house the Patriots and to take all the heat off of them so they don't have to worry, we sure will. Charlene, at any given time, when all this is said and done, here, I'll be at Camp Freedom to help you set it up whenever you're ready. That's just the way it's going to be. I know I was trained to do that in high school, but it's been a long time. I couldn't do it no more. I used to do my own shotgun shells. Only for like-minded patriots. Yeah, well, here's the thing. When we start getting people coming in just wanting something to eat, it ain't nothing to feed them and let them go on. And while we were fighting and they were ignorant and wasn't listening, what do? You can't make somebody listen. You can't make them listen. That's what it's all about. Sometimes I feel like we might be a daggum scientific experiment that they just wanted to try out and see what they could do with, as opposed to ever having a purpose for us, really. Yeah, you can't feed everyone. That's true. That's true. You got to stand. You got to draw the line somewhere. That's for sure. But now, how many of you, as a mom, is going to turn away a hungry child? I mean, seriously. It could be. But again, my point is as a mother who loves kids, how many of us are going to turn a child down? We might turn the parents down, but not the kids. They don't know. Christopher, put on some shoes and go in the fence and play with that dog. Me? Yes, because he wants to play ball, and he's buried the ball against the fence somewhere. So, I mean, we'll stick together. Charlene, you can give me a call if you got any ideas. We can brainstorm back and forth together. Remember that the Tennessee meet and greet is on the way, people. It's not long. If you're anywhere near Florida, I'm just saying. Yeah. So what it all boils down to is we're gonna have to take care of our own, but God's word also says we're supposed to help others. So we got to figure out a way, in my opinion, to do both, even if it means we set stack lunches out in the middle of the woods and they come and get them. But you're right. I don't think I could stand there as a mom and watch another child starve. I just don't think I could do it. That's just me personally. I don't think I can do it. Um, so y'all have to lock me up in a room somewhere where I can't get out. Yep. We got kids. We got as many kids hungry in America as we do in the other countries combined. And that's where we're making our mistake. Instead of helping America, we're sending all of our crap overseas, and we're helping Ukraine. Ukraine does not need money. If they do, they need to get their own source of income and stop using America to. But then again, the oligarchs want to protect Ukraine because they don't want the truth to come out about what's going on in Ukraine. I mean, you just don't know. If you ain't figured out why Ukraine is so important, that's the main hub of the oligarchs, and that's where all of the trafficking happens, and just all of our people are buying islands because they don't want to fall under federal regulations and stuff. They want to be able to do their dirt and not get caught. So, just nasty. So, I don't know, but so Charlene, are you thinking about buying 317 acres of land that doesn't belong to you, or are you going to optimize what you already have? Because if that's the case, then whenever you're ready to get stuff started, all you got to do is let me know. I'll come up there, we'll start getting stuff together, and your land is absolutely beautiful. I've seen it. There's plenty of space. Um, so good morning, Deb. You're late. You're late. You're late. This morning you're late, girl. What'd you do? Sleep in? You should have done been up. My mods are sleeping in this morning, that's for sure. Both of them. I'm surprised Carol's not here. She must be busy. You need to recheck the notifications. You might have to undo it and redo it again, Deb. Charlene says we have 3 other properties we have to work on selling before we can purchase the larger one. I gotcha. Deb, go back to the Freedom Misfits main page, undo your bell. You might want to just unsubscribe and resubscribe because a lot of times that'll reset it. But they're really bad about doing that. They don't want you to know when the Patriots are live. Oh my God, we might actually start thinking like like-minded individuals, and we might actually not be overtaken by the government. And there's so many people that don't believe that this stuff is going to happen, but yet they believe in the Bible. And the Bible clearly says it. And the WEF is setting it up. They're going to set it up. They're going to get it done. And when they do, all hell's going to break loose. Because there are going to be people who is going to fight against it. And then there's going to be people that's going to give up too easy and just give in. So, and I believe that if my mom wouldn't have raised me to be the way she has raised me and taught me what she taught me, that I would be one of them. I really do. Thanks to her, I have knowledge that, hold on, let's see. She says, can I tell you what Frankie Bobby did? What do you mean Frankie Bobby did? Colette, have a nice day. What do you mean what Frankie Bobby did? You have to be more specific, Jen. You have to be more specific. Ask your question and I'll answer it because I don't know what, and if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. I know a little bit about what happened. All right, Colette, have a good day. I hadn't seen a deer. I ain't heard a deer. They've been acting funny for a couple days now. What do you mean while I was there? I don't want to talk about him. Just because say don't talk about somebody doesn't mean that there was ill will or anything. I just ain't got, I don't want to talk about it. Have nothing to say. But I will tell you this. He wasn't on the side of the movement. He never was. He was covering it, but he wasn't on our side.
This end, on the ground. This? No, right at the end.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say to Frankie Bobby. In my opinion,
right there. Turn to your left or to your right. All right, go to your right. Huh?
step that way. Aiden, stop playing.
Up right like this. Those? Yeah, the board. Yeah. You see that little bit of wood stacked up at the end of them?
Aiden, go put on some clothes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Then stay in the building. Because y'all aren't going to run around on the live stream with no shirt on. Go put on some clothes or stay in the building.
Yeah.
Good morning, Carrie.
Do you know the wood rack, what I'm talking about?
That?
There ain't but one wood rack out there.
You mean this?
The wood rack, the board standing up.
Yeah.
All right, you look on the ground right there at the end of them, you'll see a little bit of wood stacked up there.
These?
Yeah, that's what I want. I want all that.
All right. Yeah, Frankie,
Not that one. Not that one.
yeah, he's always been up to something. It's called he wanted a story. He wanted a story. He didn't want any, as far as him personally, he didn't want any ties to the movement. He wanted a story. He was following a story. He was never passionate about it. He didn't carry it in his heart like all the rest of us did. What did I tell you?
To get some clothes.
Okay, well, you better get some clothes on, meaning jeans and a top.
I can't find
Well, you
any.
better find something because you ain't walking around here like that. That too. He wasn't only controlling, he was all he wanted to do was sit in his truck and watch everybody do work. He wanted to sit sit in his truck and let everybody work. He didn't do nothing. He was quick to point a finger at those that did work and what they were doing wrong and this, that, and the other. And you're either in the movement or you're not. It's either in your heart or you're not. You're
Can I
gonna.
wear your plaid shirt?
No, you're not wearing my clothes.
I can't find any of ours.
Well, you're gonna have to just wait until it warms up.
Here, Mama.
What?
You're supposed to let me.
It don't go in. Daddy, that don't go in the fire.
It's fat lighter.
That's a couple of things you start with.
Set it right there. It don't go in the fire. It's already started. What I need is more limbs.
Like that drug, none of that wood I told her.
No, because Aiden's too busy trying to be selfish. And that's why they're not going to sit here at the fire. Stop it. You're not going to play in it.
I'm not playing in it.
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
Just let me. I know what.
Look,
Mom.
you got to make this stuff small enough to fit in there, Chris. You can't just put it in there like that.
Well, I'm sorry for sure.
Why don't you? No, stop. I got it. Why don't you go get the trash can and go fill it up? Yes, it is a school shirt. Go change it.
Oh,
Nana's going to have to give you clothes. Today's a new clothes day anyway. Yes, and he probably has a couple out here that I didn't catch.
Oh, that's enough, Chris.
Let it go. Oh, we got 17 in here this morning now. Yeah, he knows. He don't ever listen. Everybody says good morning, Daddy. Daddy, the chat says good morning. But in a way, I'm glad that he raised me the way he did because I can start my own fire. I will not freeze. I know how to. I may not be like perfect like he does it perfect, but I can. If I'm cold, I can make a fire. Dadgummit. So.
Yeah. Come out.
I tell you what, I'm fixing to end this live. Not because there's anything going on, just because we've been live for over an hour. I know we got 17 people in here. This is the worst time to end a live. But I'm going to end it because we got stuff we got to do this morning. At least we got to get ready for school tomorrow. So I just wanted to call you guys. I wanted to come live. Yesterday morning was a disaster. So we had a much better live today. And I really appreciate you guys being steady. I appreciate y'all being here. We're going to do some more we're going to do some more study on the World Health Organization. So if you have time to research it, look it up, see if you can find anything about it. Because the WHO is being real careful what they put on their website since they got caught. So they're not wording it just right. So if you find an article or anything or a video that pertains to it, if you will please shoot me an email and a link. Because we're fixing to study that now. Stop it. Why is it that you have got to put your hands in my hair? Y'all have a blessed day. And I care. I care. I love y'all. Charlene, give me a call in a little bit when you get called up and we'll talk. But I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a safe day. And we'll catch y'all on the flip side. We're gonna make a pot sometime next week, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Stink. Just took a shower and still stink. I want the stream end.